We worked up a hunger and a thirst.
Pulling nails out of a pile of old 2x6s. My first real job was roofing houses. My favorite job I ever had, like best job, was at a golf course, just mowing grass.
Welcome to the Venture into Moving podcast with your higgity host, Nate Becker. That's me.
You want both waffles or?
One for you.
All right. So first time ever having a waffle at Lone Pine?
Definitely the first time having a waffle at Lone Pine. Let's start this interview off like this. We're here at Lone Pine.
Yes.
We're having a good old time.
Yes.
We walked here. We worked up a hunger and a thirst.
Yeah.
I've never had a Lone Pine waffle.
Okay.
Do you take them out of the bag before you eat them?
I like to go, well, it's a Lay's waffle.
Okay.
Like one of the best waffles you'll have in bed.
All right, well, it smells good.
If you want to go classic, like
Okay.
after school special.
It's crispy.
Yep.
And it's still chewy.
Buttery, sugary,
Mm-hmm.
delicious.
Okay, I'm gonna take a few more bites of this before we get started.
Here's how I really eat it. I usually pull it out and just start pulling it apart like that.
I'm gonna put one pinky up.
It doesn't matter how you eat it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
I'm gonna stay in the rest of this room when we get done with the interview. But
They're very good.
oh my,
So
holy cow.
if you haven't had one, come grab one.
Let me quickly masticate my food real fast. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop eating that too.
Let's see how the coffee goes. Cheers,
Cheers. Coffee's just as good, probably even better than the waffle.
Oh. You know I had a sip before the waffle? But after the waffle, I need more sips.
Yeah, you asked me how I eat the waffle. I usually eat it.
Oh my goodness. Do you dunk it ever?
I usually, no, but I eat it while I'm drinking my coffee.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't planning on being in such a good mood.
Oh, well, glad you are.
But here we are.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to really introduce you. I kind of want you to introduce yourself a little bit. Introduce you to everyone around here.
Am I talking to the camera or am I talking to you?
You can talk to me or the camera. See, if you look at me the whole time, they're going to see the beautiful side of you. Or if they look at you.
I feel like it's more comfortable just to talk to you, but I want to do it the way that you want it done.
I want you to talk to me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to edit that out
It
either.
feels weird introducing myself to you, but.
No, okay, Justin.
Yeah.
I've known you since ice cream.
Yeah.
I met you at the Ironworks?
Iron Horse.
Iron Horse.
Maybe it's Iron Works.
I don't know. But it's here in Bend.
Yeah.
By Sparrow, Sparrow used to be there.
Yeah. Now it's Deschutes Cafe.
It's been a minute for me.
Another great spot.
I met you there, just flabbergasted about how much I love ice cream. I ate your ice cream and I couldn't stop. So every time I saw you, I wanted to have, I needed more, baby.
Waffle cone. You got a waffle cone with a scoop.
You know it, dude. You know it. And if I can get a 2-scoop, like one flavor, that's when I test a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yep.
And when I met you, I was full of ambition for starting, what was I starting again?
Kombucha Venture.
Darn right. You remembered.
Yeah, the first time I ever met you, you laid your idea on me. You hadn't started it yet, or maybe it was in the works, but
I wasn't even barely in the works. It was just an idea.
You were excited about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a very excited person when it comes to the ideas. And that's why I'm very excited to talk to you, because this has been an idea for a minute now for us to sit down and talk. And I'm happy we went to the back room.
Yeah.
Look at this, man. We got a brick wall behind us. This place is epic.
I think it's worth mentioning this was totally unplanned and impromptu. So
100%.
we're grateful to be here at Lone Pine. Big thanks to Scott and Lone Pine.
No doubt. Quick shout out. But so, I met you. You were slanging ice cream. And what were you doing after ice cream? How long did that last? When did you stop ice creaming?
2014 was the first full summer, farmers markets, concerts, festivals.
That was your first summer.
Yeah. But I was also working for Young Life, so I had another job.
For a while now.
Yeah,
How long have you been in Young Life then?
Worked for 20 years for Young Life. September was my
Since you were 5 years old?
Yeah, something like that. No, dude, I'm old. I was born in 81.
You're 5 years older than me. I was born in 86, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know I have this young, youthful face, but...
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I'm old too.
Yeah. No, I worked for Young Life for 20 years up until September, and was doing ice cream while I was doing Young Life part-time, and in 2020 things really shifted and changed, and we took a step back with the ice cream, bought a 100-year-old house, and just shifted to private catering. So I've been doing private catering for the last 5 years.
Ice cream catering?
Yeah, like at weddings and like, corporate stuff.
Doing ice cream?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my dream job.
Let's
I want to
go.
quit being a mover. I want to be an ice cream man.
You
Ever
should-
since Van Halen.
You should buy it. It's for sale.
Okay. $1 million?
Oh, dude, I would go way lower than that. No.
Don't you have two ice cream trucks? Do you still have the two of them or just the...
I just have one, yeah.
Did you ever have two?
I did. I had 3. I've kind of dismantled Addy Max and whittled it. Well, I like to say like scaled it down to what like makes the most sense, which is just private catering, 1 truck.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing.
Well, in typical me fashion, I decided to jump way ahead. Let me talk about young you.
Yeah.
What got Baby J, young you, into being entrepreneurial? Like, what made you think, I don't really want to work for somebody, I kind of want to work for myself?
Yeah.
What got you into that?
That's a great question. I don't really want to work for someone. My first job ever, my dad gave it to me. It was pulling nails out of a pile of old 2x6s.
Okay.
So I was working by myself.
Do we have the same dad?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe. No, I don't think so. My dad's only got 3 kids. And anyway, no, so my first job was working like by myself. And I think he paid me like a penny a nail or something. I was so excited to have a big pile of nails to turn in. But no, I just always grew up around families that had their own businesses. My first real job was roofing houses in the summer in high school, and it was for a company that was family owned, family run. So got up close and personal with that family and watched them in their business. And then my favorite job I ever had, like best job, was at a golf course, just mowing grass,
Just
working
on
in
a
the
riding
clubhouse,
lawnmower, sitting down.
just grass. Yep. And that was my best friend's family owned the golf course. So got a real like good up close look at families who ran businesses and business owners, and thought
Was that intentional that you kept doing it? Because it seems like it's a bit of a pattern.
Yeah, no, I just think I grew up around people who had their own businesses, and that definitely left a mark on me, and probably planted a seed that had me just always thinking about like, I want to work for myself someday. Yeah. I didn't really know what, but I just knew I wanted to work for myself.
How many other things have you done? I mean, what was the first entrepreneurial thing that you've done that you took a step out on your own? Like, you pulled nails for your dad. That's your dad thing. What was the first thing that Justin has done for Justin?
Well, that's a good question. I went to Oregon State and studied accounting.
Okay. So you're an accountable guy.
Which is like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, very accountable.
You can always count on
I was like, kind of always felt like that wasn't me, but accounting is the language of business. So it was like, okay, I want to understand how businesses work. And
did your brain follow with that? Does that make sense, the accounting? Because to me, it's a bunch of garble and fuzz. I don't understand it.
It's like a language that helps you understand like what's going on with your business. So yeah, my mind fires pretty fast. Like in the numbers, like in reconciling things and financial statements.
So yeah, I have
all
to
that
hire,
stuff
I
is
have
like
to hire out.
Oh, me too. I don't like. Yeah, no, I have a CPA. He's awesome.
Yeah, okay, good.
Greg Stevens. He's actually really focused in on 1031 exchanges. So if you have
I don't know what that means.
That's like if you own a house and it's an investment property and you want to sell it but don't want to pay capital gains tax on it.
Well, who
this
wants
is why
to pay
we need
capital
accountants.
Gains?
This is why we need accountants.
Yeah.
He'll help you like figure out how to sell your house and put it right into another piece of property without.
So you're rolling it into the next thing. So I guess it's debt. So you're not paying taxes because it's another debt, or what's? Maybe that's
a good question for Greg.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, but back to your question about what's the first thing I ever did like on my own. It was really ice cream. I mean, I went to work for Young Life right out of college. I think I took like a different path that I wasn't expecting to take, and I got to do something that I loved for 20 years.
Yeah.
But it was pretty unexpected. I think I wasn't planning on that, and then I did. So when we moved to Bend, I had an opportunity to I had a part-time job with Young Life, and so that's when I really stepped out and started the ice cream thing, and went full tilt on that.
My son loves Young Life. He's 18.
Oh, nice.
I used to love Young Life when I was a kid too.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of good memories. I mean, you're a pivotal point in a lot of these
Yep.
young people's lives. So you did that from a not very young age, but for the last 20 years, and you still do it?
I was young. No, I'm not. No, I'm done. I do real estate full time.
Okay,
Yeah. Full time realtor. But my kids are involved too. Yeah, my daughter goes to Young Life. And yeah, in terms of relationships, helping kids figure out how to navigate life, middle school and high school can be hard.
Middle school and high school was actually, for some reason, to me, a breeze.
Oh, dude.
I don't know what happened, but it was not hard.
Okay,
Good. The school, I mean, it was during George W. Bush's No Child Left Behind, so
Yeah.
I could, dude.
Nobody's getting left behind.
No one's getting left behind. I was a child, so I wasn't getting left behind. Thank you, George W. I didn't learn much, but I got through it.
Dude, you're getting all political out here. I didn't know you could do that.
I can do whatever I want. It's my podcast.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I still thank Obama every time I go to the doctor, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what inspired you to be different? Who inspired you to be different? Was it a family member, or was it just all the families that you happened to be able to work for in those businesses? Or was there a singular person where you can be like, I point to this as the person who, or the thing that changed
Yeah,
me?
who inspired me to be different?
Who or what?
Great
I mean,
question.
it could be a what?
That's a hard question. The person that I think about who's the most like influential in my life for the last 20 years is just my wife, for sure. Like she's been an inspiration to like.
The same wife for 20 years?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, we celebrated 20 years this summer. It was amazing. But no, she's always been
I'm messing with you.
I know you are. That's why I like you.
Yeah. That's epic. So
just inspired me to like do what I'm passionate about, to think differently about things, the world.
So you view her as a life partner, obviously.
Yes.
Maybe the most pivotal person you've ever met. Then the most important. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how you gotta feel about your wife. I mean, I have a wife.
Yep.
I feel you, man. You never met my wife.
I'm trying to think if we ever met.
No, I don't think you. I don't think you have.
So.
Because
No.
it's been a minute since we've.
Yeah, you got married 2019.
2021. We
Oh,
started
21.
the business in 2019,
Okay.
and we got married a little bit after it.
No,
Okay.
we've kind of been on different paths, like
Totally.
since the food and drink space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure she's lovely. I
I'm
look
sure
forward to
she's-
meeting her.
I'm sure she's lovely too. I haven't seen her since breakfast, and I miss her already.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so definitely my wife's been a huge inspiration to just like be different, think different, follow my passion, and she's an encourager and a supporter, so that helps.
Is she what you named the Addie Max after, or was that your kid? What's that named after?
No, that was our girls. Yeah,
Oh.
Mackenzie and Addison.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
okay.
family name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Addie Max.
Sweet.
But
yeah.
one of the like, this is a question that I got like constantly at the ice cream truck was, who's Andy? Like,
Oh no.
who's Andy? I'm like, what do you mean who's Andy? You know, Andy Max. And I'm like, oh,
That's
or
not.
no, I'd get asked, are you Andy? No,
I don't
I'm
see-
not Andy.
There's no end there.
Anyway.
I want to hear a few more fun things about the ice cream business
Yeah.
before we move on past that into while we're really here and when we talk about real estate.
Yes, for sure.
But let's hear a couple of fun things. Where was the first time you set up shop?
First time, I was downtown, yeah, just not too far from here at Lone Pine. We were over at a spot called Ranch Records.
Remember Ranch?
Ranch, yep. Now it's Smith Rock Records.
Okay. I have not been there since it was Ranch.
So I knew the owner of Ranch, and they had this little spot like in the alley on Brook Street, and I asked him
The
if I could.
shadiest spot, right?
It was like, yeah, in an alley behind a record store, and I had an old crusty Ford van. But he said, yeah, come on over. So we started Friday nights downtown on Brook Street, and that was the first place we really ever were regularly, yeah.
Was Voodoo Donuts out and about around that? Not Voodoo. Wasn't there a donut place? Glazed and Amused. Remember that place?
Oh, yeah, they were down there for a minute.
Okay.
There were a few.
A few blocks over, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot
There
of...
was a few, like,
one-offs.
city food carts trolling down there. We were one of them. Kent from Handlebar Coffee.
Was it hard?
Glazed and Amused.
Was it hard to get a spot? I mean, you said you knew...
Well,
the guy
we
at Ranch.
knew John. at
Did you need
Ranch.
zoning?
I don't know what we needed. We just went for it.
Sweet. You just sold.
I do know that downtown there are people that have permits to like they have a spot
For their corner
that
or
wasn't
whatever.
us. We were just like rolling in Friday night 4 to kind of 9 thing. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
Slanging the ice cream,
Yeah.
man. Well, besides ice cream, what other entrepreneurial things have you done before that? I think I already asked you that though. You pretty much started into ice cream.
That was the first big one.
In my mind, I thought I saw you as like a toddler, like selling rocks to other kids or something, trading worms for bigger worms.
You know what I did? The first thing ever. This is what I did.
What?
My town. I grew up in a small town.
Where at?
Estacada, Oregon.
Okay.
Just on the other side of Mount Hood, and we had a local newspaper.
Okay.
And the owner of that newspaper every year would hold a competition for kids. Like if you could go sell subscriptions to the newspaper. And that got me excited. Dude, I like canvassed my neighborhood and I won the whole thing.
How old were you?
I was probably like 8.
Dude. See, I knew it. I knew it.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you how many subscriptions I sold, but it got me fired up. And so I guess that was my first sales job. And I think the reward was like $150 or something. I was like,
and
dude,
you got that.
as an 8-year-old,
like, I'm buying a bike.
That got me excited. Yeah, so that was it.
Well, now let's start talking about your venture into real estate.
Yeah.
How does it work? So just run me through this as a total, I'm ignorant. How do I get do I need a license? How do I get it? How long does it take? How do I just sell a house? Do I just raise my hand and say who wants to sell a house, or how does it go?
You do need a license.
Okay.
It's illegal, I think, to sell a house, unless it's your own house. You can go for sale by owner.
Yeah.
If you don't want to work with a broker, but that's probably not a good decision. Yeah, you need a license in the state of Oregon. It's not difficult.
Okay.
I mean, the bar's low, which is good for people like you and me who
So you have to pass the bar?
No, the bar for getting your license.
Okay.
No,
it's not like being an attorney.
No, it's nothing like that. But
Okay.
you do have to take a test. It's like probably $1,000 in licensing and fees through the state, and then your exam. It's 150 hours of studying for the test, and you have to log 150 hours. And then once you've done that, you can take the test, and if you pass, they give you a license.
No way.
And then you got to get aligned with a brokerage.
Okay.
Which that's probably what I'm most excited about, the brokerage I'm working with.
Which one are you working with?
Varsity Real Estate.
Varsity?
Yep. Check them out. Varsity Real Estate.
Varsity Real Estate.
Bend, Oregon.
Okay.
If you haven't heard of them, you will.
Justin Bend.
Yeah.
So you're in with Varsity.
Yeah.
You passed your test. I mean,
Yeah.
how'd you get in with them though? Did you solicit them and say, hey, I'm a cool guy, or?
I didn't say I'm a cool guy. But
That would have been my leading.
that's not a bad way to go. Like if you're cool, like we'll work with you. No, they are a great team of people. No, I was thinking about there's so many real estate brokerages here in town.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great ones, and there's some not so great ones. But was thinking about who I wanted to work with, and who you work with matters. And
It matters
so,
a lot.
When I knew I was getting into real estate, there were a couple of folks at the top of my list, and I met with, or a few folks, handful of folks, met with all of them, and just kind of started to get to know them and let them know I wanted to work with them. And they launched their brokerage in the fall as I was getting my license, so the timing was terrible. It was like really not a great time for them to bring somebody on. But
we did. They saw something in you?
Yeah,
or?
we just kind of like stayed curious and patient and got aligned and got into December and thought like, yeah, this makes sense for both of us. So let's get to work together and hit the ground running in January and even helped someone.
January 2025?
Right here. Yeah, this year. Even closed my first transaction. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, Nito Petito. It said it actually doesn't seem that hard to become a real estate agent. Are you just oversimplifying it, or?
No, I'm not. There's a lot. It's like, the $1,000, the 150 hours, and then taking the test. I mean, I feel like
You said it so confidently.
anybody can do that. I mean, I barely passed the test. It's there's a lot on the test.
Okay.
And I'm not a good test taker, but I did pass the first time,
That's
which
what
I'm
I'm
grateful
talking
for.
about. Tooting his own horn over here.
What?
Tooting your own horn.
You just
Passed it in one, baby.
I mean, the nice thing is the score doesn't matter as long as you pass. You pass.
Okay, he passes.
Yeah.
What'd you get? I got a pass.
I passed.
So then after you pass your test and you're with the brokerage, how'd you find your first sale, and then how'd you close your first sale?
Good question. Mine came from a referral. It was a friend in Seattle who had a friend who was thinking about moving to Bend and said, you should talk to Justin. So we got connected. I showed this guy 3 houses before Christmas, the Monday before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
We wrote an offer and he signed the contract on New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
Then it closed at the end of January. So it was like everything went smooth, but it came from a referral, word of mouth. Yeah. Which is how my business is built.
I'll do my next question. Okay. I was going to say, so that's what you do. You word of mouth. How are you getting a word of mouth presence? How are you getting your name out there? You're just doing a really good job, but it takes a bunch of people to do a really good job before that word of mouth catches fire, right?
Yeah.
Or are you just right off the bat, you're so good?
No, it's taking time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's taking time. I mean, I'm old school, so pick up the phone and call people, write notes, put them in the mail, send it to them.
How do you know who to call? Does your brokerage tell you, hey, this house is going up for sale? Or
No.
I'm ignorant. I have no idea how this stuff
it's
works.
all network. It's all like family and friends.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's me. That's not how everybody does it.
I'm asking you, yeah.
Some people are getting leads off Zillow and Redfin and that kind of thing. So they're buying leads and following up with them.
Have you ever looked at USA home listings?
No.
So what we do with our moving company, we'll let you take a drink of coffee. So what we do with our moving company is every time a home goes up for sale, we send a postcard to them. We get a notification on USA home listings. And it'll say, these are the homes that went up for sale today.
Yeah.
And the price ranges and this and that. And I'll say, all right, I want to send postcards to these homes.
Yeah.
And they go out. And then once any home goes up as a pending, like this home is not only just up, it's pending. It's going to be sold now.
Nice.
I'll send them another postcard that hopefully gets there with first class mail, nice and fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to be able to have things to use like that.
Yeah, that's like targeted marketing.
Supremely.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have something like that.
Our brokerage doesn't really. Our brokerage is just really built on, friendships, family, word of mouth, relationships, which is what I think
Bend is
works for me. Like just relationships with people. So
Central Oregon is very relationship based. It's a small town.
Yep.
And it's very echoey around here, where if you say anything, it's going to bounce off of some light posts, and someone's going to hear you talking behind their back. So,
have you had problems with that?
I have not, because I don't talk bad about people behind their back. I wait till they're looking at me, and I shake their hand and talk to them like a champ right to the face.
That's what I like about you. I just know exactly what you're thinking. I don't have to wonder.
Yeah, I don't hide very well. But so what is your end goal in mind with your real estate? Do you want to eventually have your own brokerage? Do you want to have people working under you? Do you want to be the king of Bend? Like, what's your plan? Or you just want to sell some homes? I'm
taking it one day and 1 month and 1 year at a time. I think I'm really grateful to be with Varsity, and it's a good team. I got great mentors. So I'm just taking it 1 year at a time. But I wouldn't say I have any like big ambitious aspirations towards my own brokerage or anything like that. It's more of just having a space to keep building relationships with great people.
Well, you're a family man.
Yeah, I want to travel, dude. I don't want to be working. My main goal is to like drink more coffee, eat more good food, travel. Like I'm trying to not work.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean,
I'm doing
we need to earn it. We need to earn it, right? It's crazy. I mean, it's just so hard to live. It's spiraling harder and harder to live, but there's more and more ways to make money. Like, I didn't foresee you getting your real estate license.
Yeah.
And then I already know, like, I'm watching your content online. Let's talk about that for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Your content's already epic. Already.
Oh, dude.
It's already.
Well,
you stepped into it. I think that's a big game changer in today's society is social proof. Look at me. Smile on camera, you know. show them kind of who you are, because that way you can attract your people.
Yeah.
And if you're online and you're faking it, you're not going to attract anybody, because you're not even going to attract your people. They're going to be like, this is a fake guy. And you don't do that at all. So it's,
thanks for the compliment. My goal in that space is really just to like have that be an extension of building relationships.
Yeah,
and for me, I think I love to golf, surf, and fish. So you're probably going to see a lot of golfing, surfing, fishing, food, travel.
So we're going to go golfing together, right?
Yes, 100%. You've never golfed, right?
I've never paid for golf. I've definitely gone onto the golf course with a 9-iron and then chased away a few times.
Well, that's the best kind of golf, is free golf, by the way. I'm golfing today for free, actually, with somebody who invited me.
That's what I'm talking about, networking.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, so real quick, so you're a family man.
Yep.
You got a wife, you got kids.
Yes.
is being a real estate agent aligning with your goals as a family man? And so if someone else is trying to be a real estate agent, but they're a husband and they got responsibilities and they have people who rely on them, what do you advise them?
Good question. I'd say I'm pretty early, so I'm probably the wrong real estate broker to ask. But for me, yes, I feel like there's a lot of like freedom to kind of build the kind of life you want in real estate. And for me, it's working. But I'm only like a couple months in, so.
Yeah, all right. Well, you said you're first of the year, but I want to know it all. I want to know it all.
Yeah. I imagine like in the spring and summer, like in that busy season, things will be a little bit more challenging and difficult.
Harder to do the work-life balance.
Yeah, I also have kids who drive, so they're kind of like getting into that like self-managing space where like they don't need me to drive them around everywhere. So,
well, so I was just in your home. I didn't see that it was an old house. Is that a really 100-year-old house?
It is built in 25, 100-year-old house.
Did you restore it?
We did, yeah. My wife and I bought it, got into it, gutted it. We hired a builder, John Lemke, Timber Frame Construction. You should interview John. He'd be a great interview.
Let's talk.
But no, he came in and just reworked and helped us with that space. And but our hands have been on just about every part of the project.
That's amazing. Well, I'll have to walk through the home a little bit. Take a few quick peeks.
Sure.
All right, well, let's end this with a couple of quick...
Yeah, Scott's probably ready for us to get out of his space.
Yeah, he's over there just shaking his hand. I'm trying to work back here, he says. No. Let's give a couple of quick bits of advice to someone else. You're only a couple months in. You're brand new, but what's on your mind now that you could have said, hey, Justin, of 2.5, 3 months ago, probably try and do these few things or you're going to be hating yourself? Do you have any advice to Justin of the past or someone who might be in Justin of the past's shoes?
Like a new broker that's like thinking about getting involved in real estate.
Yeah, but someone with kind of your from your point of view, someone who might be a married man or have a married woman, someone with a family trying to balance this and that, or might be scared to take the next step.
Yeah,
because they're not 30 years old anymore.
Or that's an even bigger question. I mean, I was thinking about which brokerage do you choose? Blah, blah, blah. And I will say about I have a family member who's a real estate broker who told me while you're thinking about who you're going to work with, go meet with a bunch of different brokerages. And I did that, which was really nice to talk to a bunch of different brokers and just kind of get a feel for who they were and what their brokerage was like. So that was helpful. Interview a lot of different brokerages since you have the time and space to do it.
You're saying someone in your shoes, it seems like you just go out there and do it, do your research, but take the first step, right?
Yeah. And then kind of like the bigger, more philosophical answer to the question you were asking is I think sometimes making a big change or shift feels really hard and overwhelming. It was for me. And just to lean into the discomfort and maybe the overwhelmingness of it and know that it'll be worth it. I had a friend tell me that, a really close friend tell me that, 15 years ago, I was kind of making some decisions and changes and things. And he said, it might be really hard, but it'll be worth it. And so just to remind myself that of even if things are hard or difficult,
they're worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love ending on that. This has been Nate and Justin on the Venture into Business podcast. Thanks for listening, and make sure you come on down to Lone Pine and get yourself one of these here waffles.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
And that got me excited.